For the players.
I think I might finally readjust the intro. I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And I'm Paul James.
And this is For the Players, the pop culturist PlayStation podcast with like 50 years of playing PlayStation and like 25 years in this games media combined. I'd like to thank you for joining us in this PlayStation conversation.
This PlayStation conversation happens every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. on podcast services, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you'd like to join us in future conversations, you can. Come check out our socials, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, X. Those links can be found in the description below.
If you want to join the conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopculturist where you can watch us record this show live, where you can jump in the chat and become part of the show. If you want to support the show, you can. Tell your friends, tell your family about this PlayStation pod. If you are listening to us on podcast services, be sure to give us a 5-star rating and a written review. Watch us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, comment below. I endeavor to answer every single comment. And if you want to support us financially, you can. Patreon.com/thepopculturist. No merchandise stalkers, who remembers. We got an interesting message this week from Max. Well, I did anyway. Kindly, Max's mum checked out the episode last week, and then Max gets a very distinct message of, "Where are you? Why are you not on the show?" And I'm like, I felt very, almost exclusively to blame because it was all me. The reason we were late last week is it was all me. But
I'm just like, I got fired.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, your first answer was, I got kicked off. It's just Pageant and Ryan now.
Show's better for it.
There's too many people that playing Finnish games now. We can't have that.
Well, that's the thing. Look, knowing now that we know that Phoebe could replace any of us at any moment in time.
At any time.
That does amplify the pressure on all of us.
Not really. She can only replace you because you're the only person with the gear that she can sit in front of.
That's a very good point.
It's not like she's going to rock up to Paul's house. And
I don't know, unless she's suddenly
and she'll take one of my 3 PS5s. Don't worry about it.
But like, I imagine she could just come in and be like, "Look, can we get me some gear? Because I need in on this shit." And now suddenly we have to get her a camera and a mic and all this bullshit. Because it's funny, because like I know I've now talked about Phoebe almost every week, but something that I was thinking about recently, one thing I really enjoyed doing is breaking shit down, right? And like watching a movie and watching TV and going, "Oh, let's fuck with this and pull it apart." And her and I have been doing that like a lot lately, and over a window of time, which is really cool. And now that she's like more, being behind a mic, I'm like, maybe that could be a thing. Maybe there's you and I just fucking pull apart a show or a movie or something. Because I also miss reviewing movies too. Because back in the old PopC days, back when we're a bit more generalist. Like I watched, as I mentioned last week, I watched Nosferatu, and that movie kicked my brain into like analyst breakdown so hard because it was really, really awesome. I was like, maybe this could be a thing. Maybe it could be a thing. Maybe it could be. However, I understand I'm front loading the beginning of this show with talk of not just myself but also Phoebe. I want to add something to touch upon our previous conversations. So as we all know, last week I mentioned, Padge, with you, that Phoebe rolled credits on Ghosts of Yotei last week. Massive achievement. Really incredible. This week it gets better. And because she has now bet all 3 of us at something for Ghosts of Yotei. As she has now acquired her platinum.
There's another person she beat to that as well. Colin Moriarty only got his in the last 24 hours as well.
Oh, suck dick.
The legend.
Well, that's awesome, actually. Because we were listening to the Sacred Symbols Plus Ghosts of Yotei review. Like, I was playing Death Stranding because now I'm just trying to, like, get the plat for that. So she was listening. I kind of pay attention in and out of what was going on because it's all shit I've never heard before. But yeah, like, that's pretty impressive. Like, she, with the amount of sacred symbols that gets played in my house and discussed in my house, she's aware of the Colin Moriarty, and I hope she understands the accolade that it is and the significance that it is to have achieved the platinum on Ghost of Yotei ahead of Colin Moriarty. It's amazing. Max seems to care less.
Who's like, I'm going to be the one who's like, she only plays one game. We all play like 30 at a time. Because what did I say to you? I'm like, oh, how long does it take? How long did it take her? And you said like 50 odd something hours. I'm like, cool. I've still got 35 hours to get the platinum, and I can still beat it.
Look, that is absolutely true. In terms of time frame, she was very generous in
not to belittle her effort into getting a platinum, but I've still got time.
Absolutely,
I'll get there eventually.
Absolutely. But hey,
I mean, there's a chance.
How you been, gents? How's things for yourself, Max?
Yeah, things are fine. Currently trying to hire a landscaper to come and rip up my front lawn.
Why? Didn't you just replace it?
Fuck. No. So what happened was 2 years ago when my house finished being built.
Yeah.
When we signed all the contracts and stuff, we're like, do not do the front landscaping because that came as part of the land package that we paid for. We've already got it done. So don't do it. Just leave it's like 100 mil infill so they could come in, put the topsoil in, and do their thing. And the builders were like, yep, cool, no worries. And then because they didn't have the fucking house ready on time, when the bank came through to do their final inspection, they're like, we are not fucking paying you. You haven't done everything. So instead of leaving the infill, they just fucking slapped together some bullshit, threw it in the front lawn, and now the other mob's like, you have to rip it all out before we'll come in. Fuck you. That was the deal. So I'm now trying to get someone to come in and rip it all out so I can have a decent looking front yard.
How much shit do you need to rip out?
Oh, so much.
Oh, damn. I'm like, I'll make $50. But then if it's a lot of things, you get fucked, mate.
I've tried to dig it out myself, but it's just fucking rock hard. I've had pickaxes to it, and
because you're in that side of Armstrong Creek is just clay.
So I just can't be fucked. So I can hire a skid steer and just YOLO it and hope that I don't crash it in my house.
I can
hire a professional to do it.
I did see a video today. It was sent to me by a good friend Craig, and it may be a possible option for you. So it was a guy who had an ant's nest in his backyard, and he then proceeded to put petrol down it and throw a match, and it blew up his whole fucking front lawn, and it just...
It also voids my insurance.
What, if you set fire to it? Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. What about yourself, Pad? Do you reckon is there something that we could do to assist Max in any way, or is it just like too fucking bad?
Scorched earth. Just tear it all down. Don't worry about it.
Let's get in the house. Don't worry about it.
I'm in the mood for just burning shit down, so let's do it.
Jesus.
Nothing else. That's no other insights into that one.
No,
that is pretty much the point. No. Yeah. I'm just trying to find like a decently priced service because I'm not paying thousands of dollars to have someone pull it out.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's fair. As I was just doing the math in my head, I'm like, yeah, it's fair. Yeah.
In today's climate.
Yeah. What about yourself, Padge? Have you had to rip up any gardens this week?
No. It's been.
He did trim his own bush this week, though.
What was that?
Huh? I said you did trim your own bush this week, though.
Oh yeah.
It's seasonal, right? We're heading into spring, into summer. You got to keep it tidy. You got to keep it clean.
Just in winter, it's like full Jumanji, just to keep it in.
In the jungle, you must
Let
wait
it go.
until the month read, 7 or 8.
What have I been doing? No, there was certainly no garden work. I don't know. I assume the weather here has been similar for you guys, which has just been pissing down.
Yeah, it's been crap. Yeah, absolute trash.
So there's been no outdoor work. I think I mowed the lawn on the last day before the rain started, and then just been a write-off ever since. So, Cup day was off. That was all right.
I worked it. It was rad.
I also worked it. My children had it off, but I worked.
Casual gig, man. They're like, you want to work Cup? I'm like, yes.
When do you have your Geelong Cup?
That's a couple of weeks before.
Holiday up there.
A week before, yeah.
That was 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah. But not all schools take the Geelong Cup.
Yeah, some schools take Geelong. Well, even some shops and businesses will take Geelong Cup over
just pick and choose, right?
Cup, yeah.
So the primary school that my daughter goes to, she had Geelong Cup off, but they had a curriculum-free day for this one anyway. So like, fuck it, we'll take both.
Sweet.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, we ran we didn't advertise as such, but because we've had curriculum days for the day before Cup Day for like 6 years beforehand, no one showed up, so it was great.
Oh, was everyone just like, you
curriculum-free
didn't tell anyone that it was curriculum free day, that no one?
Yeah,
Everyone's like, this is what we did last
no one
year.
showed. The only people that showed were like the year 12s because they had an exam for me that day. So I was pretty well flat stick on the Monday because it was all last minute crunching from year 12s for an exam. But
Well, because last week you
there
did
was
mention they were right on the edge of their exams. How obviously no specifics for kids, but like what's the consensus been? How are you feeling as their teacher?
Oh, the first one that they did was a piece of piss. It was probably like a 2 out of 10 difficulty wise. And
For
then the
you
second
or for
one they
everyone?
did was probably for them. For them. I mean, for
What level of
me,
math- what level of math do you actually teach? Do you teach method, specialist, or foundation?
there's the normal one in the middle that you just decide to skip there. But
reg?
a general, which is the mainstream option. Foundation is the low one.
Yeah.
Methods is higher, and specialist is really fucking high.
Okay, so when I was at high school, we had 3 options: it was specialist, methods, or foundation.
Oh no, we had foundation, reg. Yeah, we had those 4, but like the
Further?
foundation was
Cool, like
was
further
further
or something?
math. Yeah.
Yeah,
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 further.
it was
So
further
foundation is the thing
methods
that's coming in
and-
more recent years. That's your. Oh, fuck it, I don't care. That's your low shit.
Yeah, that's for those that need a minimum in
I don't
math
know.
to go do a trade or something.
Something.
But
Yeah.
my year 12 year was English, Indonesian, methods, and further math.
Well,
I
that
did
were,
2
that
lots
were
of maths and 2
your
lots
year
of
12
numbers.
classes.
That's all I did. That's all I did for year
What'd I
12
do?
was languages and
Well,
numbers.
general these days is just a rebrand of further.
Yeah.
It only changed name in like the last 4 or 5 years.
So I did.
But yeah, they came and did their stuff, and go on.
Now I'm trying to remember. I did
I was a
biology
methods
in
kid at
year.
school, so a meth head.
Yeah, I did biology in year 11, year 12 biology in year 11. And then I did English. I did regular maths, which I smashed. I did methods, which I fucked up. So the idea was like, if I do 2, I know I'll obliterate one of them, and the other one will go probably poorly. That's what
It'll
I did.
obliterate me.
Yeah, and then that, and then psych, and chemistry. I think that's
Nerd.
it. What did all the science shit, right?
Yeah, fuck
Well,
off.
I did my year 12 IT classes in year 10, and then just had to chill as year 10, year 12.
Well, I was
so-
going to say, because like, what
Just
you just listed, I'm
little-
like,
Yeah, I
that
had one
seems
of my
like a
ITs.
smaller set of classes.
Yeah, so I did 2 year 12 classes in year 10 for IT, and I did a vet course as well.
Fucking A.
So I had 7 units by
Was-
the end of year 12.
What was yours? Even though no one really cares or anything, what's yours, Patch? Like, because we were all just talking about year fucking 12s. From now when I think about it, we all finished high school,
30 years, like 20 years ago.
yeah, pretty close.
20 more.
2007.
Getting close to 20 years, yeah.
we're 18 years ago.
Yeah, I was 06, but I did what I do. I did a bit like Max actually. The IT accelerated some IT, so I did. I can't remember which order I did them. There was information processing and management, and then systems. I can't remember which one I did in year 11, which one I did in year 12, but I did one accelerated and the other one just in year 12. Then I did accounting, methods, English. And then I picked up business in year 12 because I dropped something somewhere along the way.
Yeah, in hindsight, I wish I did like media or something, because like all those science things I did, really am not doing them at all.
Yeah, but also they would have just told you like, oh, here's how to read a newspaper. Like, here's what you can read.
Oh, yes, true. 18 years ago would have been a very
yeah, like,
different
don't
media
worry.
than the one I would have wanted to have done. That's very true.
So
That's
don't worry
very
about
true.
it. Don't stress. You missed nothing. But yeah, so they did all their exams. That went all right. And then this week, it's actually I've been doing a shit ton of writing for RPM and like so the retro PlayStation magazine that I write for. So knocked out about a 2,500 word thing today on Wonderbook. Remember the old PS3
Damn.
prequel Wonderbook?
That's a lot of words on
Which,
Wonderbook.
funnily enough, yeah, but I guess it's a bit easier when you're able to cover every single game in the article as well.
How many
all
are there?
four of
There's
them.
like, I was going to say there's like 6, but yeah, 4.
There's
There you
4,
go.
yeah. There was 2 of those Pottermore based ones, Book of Spells and Book of Potions, and then there was that Diggs Nightcrawler and Walking with Dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to
that's
fuck
it.
with that
That's the 4
dinosaurs
of them.
one. I remember.
So put together a feature on that. There's a couple of reviews and stuff that I've been working on which actually that gives me something to talk about now. What we've been playing, I forgot about those.
Well, let's jump straight into that right now. What have you been playing then?
Right. I went back and played Everybody's Golf 1 and 2.
Hey, all right.
Classic. For the sake of the magazine, so it's good shit. I mean, obviously very dated, far more primitive compared to what we've got these days. But kind of through the vacuum of time, and what we're able to look, the lens we're able to look at it through, really great games.
So,
also in the second one, getting to play as Sweet Tooth or Gex or who am I forgetting? There was another character. There was 3 of them. I can go check my.
Well, my immediate question is having with Everybody's Golf Hot Shots just out recently. And then
I didn't play that one yet.
And then the previous Everybody's Golf on PS4, which I think is substantially better.
VR one?
It's same time frame as the VR one. There's the one that had like the it was a lot more social. You could really create your own characters. You could like just go into like a hub golf course and just fuck around.
Oh, it was Sir Dan Fortescue, by the way.
Oh,
nice.
The
third character I was thinking of.
Yeah, Everybody's Golf. The one the previous one I played a lot during COVID with my mate Craig and Paris Online. Stack of fun. So going back to 1 and 2, obviously it's the beginnings of what would come later. But is there anything that's kind of stayed true, or is there any steps that feel different to?
Oh, no, like the formula is almost identical.
Wow.
Like they've been just carrying the same thing through generation after generation after generation. You can see little improvements, like when you go to putt, for example, which is obviously like in a lot of golf games, whether they're arcadey or even more simulation style. There's always been the lines for most of our experience with them, there's always been like those lines that would appear on the green that help show you the elevation. That didn't exist back then, so like you're just fucking guessing.
Well,
like it's not it's a little bit rough in that.
So
respect.
You can't see. Was it the undulation, which is such a fun word, or the telemetry? I guess.
Yeah, no, you kind of left to guess a little bit. What I learned as I was doing a little bit of research behind the scenes is actually the Japanese version. They just had just a flat terrain. That's it.
Oh, like every green.
The green is flat. What was that?
So back in those days, the world was flat.
Yeah.
We've come a long way.
Still is. It's all just a matter of perspective.
Come a long way.
But yeah, the terrain, obviously, the Western one, there was a lot of change they made for the Western version, specifically of Everybody's Golf 2. The localization team really got in their bag and changed up a hell of a lot. Like I said, the guest characters, they weren't a part of it in the original Japanese version. They tweaked they actually, as much as they didn't have the lines, so it made things certainly harder. That they actually had the uneven terrain in the Western version. There's a lot of little differences in that one, and then things that kind of they basically took from that localized version of what Clap Hands did and progressed from there. Also, the thing that's often forgotten by a lot of people, because everyone talks about Everybody's Golf and cites Clap Hands as the main developer. Obviously, that's changed more recently, but it was actually Camelot that developed the first one.
I did.
It does Mario Golf and Mario Tennis and Golden Sun and all those games. They were actually the ones that did the original. But then a few people from that team siphoned off and built Clap Hands, which then resulted in Everybody's Golf 2 and 20 more years of Everybody's Golf before Sony shafted them.
Nice. So this is on PS1, right?
Yeah, these were both PS1 games. It's available through Classics, on Premium, Deluxe, whatever you want to call it.
Well, we'll have more to say about Deluxe and shit a little bit later. But I'm cool. I did see that they were back, because I... since my stint of unemployment, I have not returned to the deluxe level of PS Plus. I'm still sitting on Essential, which is a bummer, because I have a couple of games I have in my library that we got through. We get through Extra. I've not been able to go back to, like Blueprints or anything like that. But eventually, once money's in a bit better position, I might bump it back up. Maybe not to premium, because the additions deluxe, the additions that they've added as of what we'll talk in a little bit later in the news doesn't benefit us here. So
you guys have got an ABN for all this, right?
Yeah.
Claim it as a tax thing.
No, because then I have to claim whatever money this makes, which is next to nothing. So I just
don't you have to these days because of Patreon?
No. I'm probably sure we do.
You've not updated your Patreon stuff?
No.
Have you not? You haven't been getting a payout in a while, then I'm guessing.
No.
Right. No, everything's frozen on your end. You have to.
Yeah, no, we
tax
got
details
we
of
got
this.
hit a couple of weeks ago. They're like, "Hey, you got to update this thing," and then I forgot. And then we no handout has been done for a little while. And mind you, we make like $10, like if we're lucky. So yeah, no, like
And they would still want that through the tax department.
well, because one of those
Now
things,
it's
right? The
crazy.
amount of money we've made over the 10 years that we've done this, I reckon it'd be close to $1,000 if I'm lucky. Like, real, we've made dick all money in 10 years. So like, it's always been so arbitrarily low that I've never claimed it.
Oh yeah, no point in the past. Yeah, now it's that Patreon's had their hand forced by the ATO.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind for the $30 we'll make.
Which I learned through all the hoop stuff. That was that was hoisted upon us, so we had to suddenly get an ABN and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah, all right. Well, there you go. Beautiful.
but yeah, there's those. Yeah, so a couple of Everybody's Golfs. There's the thing about Wonderbook, and I've also, and these are all like for future issues of the magazine that won't come out till like next year now. But also put together one. It was like, and I was actually like stewing on the idea, and then all of a sudden the talk about Agent popped up this week.
Oh yeah.
I did like a top 5 like games, PlayStation games that almost were, with Agent being one of those. Which has gone well too. So there's,
what was
there's
that
plenty of
oth-
stuff
what was
that'll be
that
coming
other
out for me in
one?
future issues of the magazine.
The other one, sort of vaporwary one that was,
From that era.
Yeah, Wilds or something. Not from that
Oh, yeah,
era,
yeah,
but there
was
was
what?
PS3,
Yeah, there was a
PS4 ish.
PS4. Yeah,
We could just kind of like
I
possess a
forgot
bunch
his
of
name, but yeah, like the Rayman guy,
yeah.
Rayman creator.
It'll come to me because it's a cool. It won't come to me at all. My brain's completely blocked on it. But fuck.
I'm looking for his name. Michelle Ansel.
Yeah, there you go. Ansel.
Yeah, that I didn't think of that one. Mainly because I kind of was looking for PS3 or earlier.
Yeah.
Being a retro PlayStation magazine. That said, it didn't stop me from tossing a couple others in there. A little bit more recent.
Nice. What?
Anyway, you can stay
Anything
tuned for
else
that when it
that's
comes
on your list? Because there's a couple that we went through a little bit of a list earlier. Dispatch, I imagine you've spent some more time with. Have you been able to clear that out yet?
Episode 5 and 6 came out this week.
Now?
No, this coming week
Oh,
is the final week.
Yep.
But yeah, they're dropping them. It's like 2 a.m. every Thursday morning when the episodes came out. So I knocked one out Thursday night, and then my wife had a friend over on Friday night, so I just hopped into bed, pulled out the portal, and finished the final episode 6, I should say, of that. So that shit's, it's so good. It's I'm so like, it's building up and up and up, and it just feels like they're gonna flub the ending here. Not based on something they've done, but it's just like history. It's so many shows, for example, and I've loved the build up, and then they fuck the finale. The screen just cuts to black or whatever.
Well, don't just throw on fucking shades at Sopranos
That's
now.
just a Sopranos reference.
Jesus. Because I was going to say,
fine,
because
we'll just make a Dexter reference. He just he gets
just
blown
grows a
away in a
beard
tornado, and suddenly he's got a big bushy beard.
yeah, he just hangs out.
That looks horrible, I might add.
Or you know, 'cause speaking of, Aaron Paul is in Dispatch, or
He is.
you know, or you could have an ending that you thought was the ending of Breaking Bad, then they release a couple, then they go, "Here's a movie as well," and you go, "Oh, okay, I guess." Sure.
So
That
we'll see what happens
ambiguous
with, the
ending
end of
no
the
longer ambiguous. But yeah, how is someone like Aaron Paul? Because I completely forgot that he was involved in this. Because I don't remember you saying over the last couple of weeks.
I didn't really mention the cast at all.
Yeah, because I distinctly remember, but I could have made it up. Was there a moment of him on stage at the Game Awards talking about this?
I think there was, yeah. But honestly, and look, I as we kind of went into last week, I don't watch a hell of a lot of TV or film anyway, but I am, well familiar with Aaron Paul and what he can do. But
well, yeah, if you want to talk in the gaming space, he
credit
was
of
in the
him-
Need for Speed movie, which I haven't seen. I'm sure it's bad.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, the game they're basing it on is overrated trash as well. So like, but sorry to all the Need for Speed fans out there. to the credit of all the actors, like there's a few that I had to like I've gone and taken a look at. I think it came to me over the course of this week. Like, oh, here's some of the people in it. Like, oh, I didn't pick it. So like they're doing a pretty damn good job, to be fair.
Reverend Puck in the chat.
The likes of Travis William Ham and those sorts of people who are very well documented. Like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But I didn't pick that.
Well, Reverend Park jumps in the chat as he always does with it when he comes and checks the facts. Aaron Paul was the presenter at the Game Awards 2024 where he and Laura Bailey unveiled the new game, Dispatch. He plays the lead character, Robert Robertson, in the upcoming game, which was developed by former Telltale game staff and features a star-studded cast. That's right. I did think it was as recent of last year. I did feel like it was a bit longer, but I also have no real sense of time.
Alana Pierce is in it. I didn't pick her voice, even though she's an Aussie, and heard plenty of her through podcasts over many years. Didn't pick it. Matthew Mercer's in there.
Oh, good on Matt Mercer. He's in everything.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing, but like, I think they've all done a pretty good job to the point where like, okay, I can. Like when you hear Troy Baker, even when he was doing Indiana Jones, and he did a fucking amazing Indiana Jones, but you could still hear a bit of Troy Baker in there. But I'm not really picking, some of the people that we've spoken about in the role so far.
Well, that's cool. That makes
the writing's good. The humor's on point. The animation is, it's unreal how good this game looks. Please, people, buy it.
Yeah. Well, but does it tickle your interest, Max?
Yeah, I'm waiting to hopefully they just do it like a pack release and you just get all 8 in one.
Yeah,
go.
I'm thinking I might do this.
Well, no, that's there is like you're not buying. It's just as soon as it comes, like as soon as those 2 episodes come out next week, that is your pack release.
Oh, they're not selling them a la carte.
Oh,
no. It's literally like buy the game and then they're just feeding you the episodes. Like it's just a patch rolls out and the update on the game unlocks. Sorry, the next couple episodes unlock.
All right. Well, that changes things.
Like Telltale style.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because they're all old Telltale developers, but like it is just like Telltale where you bought your season of The Wolf Among Us and then the episodes would just drip feed in. They came out when they came out. The game would update and boom, there's your next couple episodes.
Interesting.
So you could buy it now and just be good to go and just roll nicely into Thursday.
I'm playing way too much at the moment to pick up something else.
Well, we'll get into what Max has been playing in just a sec, because there is one other game that you mentioned that you are playing this week, Padge, as we had a little discussion beforehand, and that is Age of Empires 4. Yeah. So come across to PlayStation?
Yeah, it came across the PlayStation. Props to Xbox. They sent me the code, which will never grow old. Thank you to Xbox for the PlayStation code. Yeah. But yeah, I've been playing that one. They dropped the code just before the game actually launched, so there was kind of no obligation to go rushing to get to it, especially with all the Dragon Quest stuff that was going on at the time. But now it's just kind of working my way back to it and just chipping away at the campaign. And I played a little bit of it. Like I've loved Age of Empires. I hardly play PC, as we all know, but I loved Age of Empires from essentially the moment I pulled it out of the Nutri-Grain box back in my youth.
Oh, man, trying to explain, because Phoebe and I ended up talking about Age of Empires this weekend with James. Trying to explain to James how we got sent a whole fucking game in my box of Nutri-Grain.
In a cereal box.
And he's like, well, what do you mean? Like, it came on a disc in Nutri-Grain. It's like the full game. I'm like, yeah. He's like, how? What? It was very interesting.
That's fair.
Good game,
it's wild, but it was a thing. It happened anyway. So yeah, just chipping away at the campaign. It's good. Obviously, a game like this is best suited with a mouse and keyboard. Even my bias can't.
Are your macros just ass on a controller, trying to micromanage units and build structures at the same time? And
yeah, it's not ideal. It works. It works well enough. Don't get me wrong. And I've had a little bit of experience now because I went and played. Like they sent me Mythology and they sent me Age of Empires 2 when they came out over the course of the last few years as well. So I've had a little bit of time to acclimatize to it and get my head around it. But it's just no substitute for mouse and keyboard. For as much as I will rip into PC gaming, any opportunity I get, there's just some games that you need that precision, and you don't.
Well, that was the biggest struggle for me with the latest Civilization. We were kindly gifted a code for PlayStation, and there's just so many menus and stuff to manage through, to sift through, and it's just a real
clunky.
pain. It's just real pain on a controller.
I'd
I'd imagine
what
once
I
you get
haven't
the
done yet
muscle
is
memory down, it's probably not too bad, but like to begin with, it's rough.
I might just because I assume the functionality is there. I might just go grab my mouse and keyboard and just plug them into my PlayStation and see what happens. See what the experience is like. I'm pretty sure it supports it. But I'll double check that while we're chatting. But yeah, look, I'm having a good time so far. I'll probably be done with this over the course of this week, just so that I can move on. The Age of Empires experience, I've been there and done it before. I've done Age of Empires 4 already. But it's nice to go back, and it's a nice little bit of junk food. Just sitting up late last night playing it after recording a 2-hour patched episode. So
nice. Sean in the
that's
chat.
about it for me.
Sean in the chat did. It was on a little disc, wasn't it? No, it was on a full size disc. I did find it when I relocated houses. It's in one of the boxes downstairs. I'm like, I got to keep this. There's no way I wouldn't.
And yeah, it does. PlayStation 5 version does support mouse and keyboard, so I might just drag these in tonight. Give it a crack.
Jesus Christ, excuse me. Awesome. Well, look, Age of Empires is a game, or it's a series that sits very well in my heart, similar to yourself, from the place of history. I don't think I ever played 3. I certainly never played 4. Enjoyed mythology, but what I had a lot more fun with was the Star Wars Age of Empires ripoff, which was Galactic Battlegrounds. That was the fucking shit.
I thought you were going to talk about 2 and like unleashing the cars on everyone.
Oh, that too.
You're incorrect. The best Age of Empires style game is Battle for Middle Earth 2, and it's a Lord of the Rings Age of Empires.
The Star Wars had that beat set, but well done. I appreciate it. Getting to be battle droids or Gungans or something, and then or being another race and then just murdering all the Gungans was also really fun.
No, there's nothing better than just building Wormtail and being like, your army's mine now, and just convincing them all to fight for your team.
Look,
it's like, your army is my army. Thank you very much.
You say there.
Although that's how I play Age of Empires. I just build an army of priests and convert everyone.
Speaking of things that don't get any better, I'm gonna have to take your word for it. But you've also been jumping into some games this week, Max. One that you are most full of shame of, yet with weird sense of pride. You have jumped into Fortnite again.
Fortnite's back.
Mostly because of the Simpsons season or Fortnite.
Yeah, so they're essentially running a mini season at the moment where you are playing in Springfield. So all your points of interest are like, Burns' mansion, Evergreen Terrace, Camp Krusty. It's good fun. You play no build mode, so you don't get like fuckwits that build the Taj Mahal every time they get shot once, and it's great fun. It's super fun. I've played like way too much that I care to admit. Just playing with randoms too, because no one wants to come and play. Because everyone's moved on from Fortnite. Fortnite is so different now from the last time I played it. You have a sprint bar. All the weapons are different. Everything's changed. But it's kind of cool fun. All the NPC characters that are in it now. You can go do missions and quests throughout your drop-in.
I did see that when I jumped in last year. There's like little people you can go and chat to, and they're like, "Oh, go do this quest thing," which
they give you like super-powered guns when you come back and you do their stuff for them. But yeah, currently Ned Flanders has like the highest kill count of the NPCs.
Awesome.
If you kill Krusty, you get like a special legendary weapon. If you break into Monty Burns' mansion, you get a little pop-up saying that their hounds have been released, and it's just dudes with dog heads come and shoot you.
Awesome.
It's good fun.
See, I am very tempted just by the Simpsons part alone. Like, it's free, and the problem is I'll then want to buy a skin, and I don't want to get into that. But what I want to go in and look for is all the cool little references to all the Simpsons that I have loved over many, many years. That's what is intriguing me. Be able to dick about, go to Moe's, go to Burns Manor. Camp Krusty I didn't know was there. That's sick. Assuming the power plant's there. That's I did see that you can drive through the garage door of the Simpsons house in Evergreen Terrace, like very similar to the opening of the show. Like that tickles my fancy. And I've
seen some great clips of people like the guy's Flanders, shotgun in hand, storming into the Simpsons house, and he goes sprinting past the couch where Homer's just sitting there, but he's just idle, not moving in the slightest. He overshoots. The person playing Flanders overshoots, and then he's like, "Hang on a fucking second." And you see him walk back, turn around, and blast Homer in the face. That's the murderous Flanders I'm looking for.
So the full list of POIs is the power plant, Burns' Manor, Camp Krusty, Cletus's Cornhole.
Oh, sick.
Evergreen Terrace, Springfield's Town Square, the Slurp Works, Donut District, and Corruption Corners. And then there's a little like sprinklings of other stuff throughout the map as well. So like the Quickie Mart, Moe's Tavern, King Toots, everything's there. Yeah, it's good fun. It is really good fun.
One thing I did find interesting though, and I did see this, and I'm yet to verify it, but it seems to be legit. So when you, I believe it's at Moe's, there is a picture frame that has a picture of the B Sharps, which is the band that is made up of
Baby on Board.
Baby on Board. They sing on top of Moe's. It's the band made up of Homer, Barney, Principal Skinner, and originally Chief Wiggum. But then Apu got involved. However, in the picture from the cartoon, Apu's in there looking all Apu-y. However, in the Fortnite version, they've yellow washed this dude. It's not even fucking Apu anymore.
Oh, no.
Like I know Apu has been removed from the show in many years, as you know, when they suddenly realized after 20 something seasons that hang on, Hank Azaria is not an Indian dude. So everyone cracked the shits, unreasonably so. And Apu has not been seen since. And that includes in this picture. So in my head, that is way more racist than having Hank Azaria do the voice of Apu. Just putting it out there.
Yes.
This is wipe him from existence. Disgusting.
Yeah, so Epic Games have released a statement on this about 3 days ago saying that they confirmed that Apu's strange appearance in Fortnite in-game photograph was an unintentional error that has been fixed since.
Wait, so he was in it, then they removed him.
Yeah, they've changed the picture apparently.
So now it was originally him, but then they made it into the yellow dude.
Yeah.
Still worse. Actually, that is noticeably worse.
It's going well.
So
they are just straight up removing a dude. Mute says in the chat.
They may be putting Apu in, but they've said that whatever is the issue it was unintentional, it is wrong, and it will be adjusted.
So we unintentionally put Apu in there, so we made it a not Apu. But now that you're mad about it, I guess we might make it Apu again.
We better fix it.
Fucking gross. In the chat, Mute says maybe that's why Simpsons Hit and Run won't get remade or reshoot. Well, no, the reason being is the licensing costs on that would be ridiculous.
Because there is a photo of them together with their as the pin pals.
Oh, but that's in there. So they kept the pin pal picture, but they did okay.
Yeah,
well, look, at least they're
yeah.
inconsistently racist.
It's the most relevant Simpsons has been in a long, long time.
So they're like, hey, look, it's our bad. We'll fix it.
But are you a Simpsons fan, Patch? Like, is this?
I am.
Is Fortnite? Is this collaboration tickling your fancy?
There's no collaboration that's gonna get me to play Fortnite. You can put Final Fantasy 9 characters in that shit, and I'm not going anywhere near it.
Oh. See, that's the problem. It's like with all the updates they've done to No Man's Sky. I'm like, that sounds amazing. Except the problem is, I'd have to play No Man's Sky. And like the bones of that game, the foundation of that game is a little bit arse.
Except the foundations of Fortnite really aren't arse. The game is quite solid.
Yeah, if you like playing Battle Royals, which I absolutely don't. So, well, I have moments.
Yeah, no,
like I really enjoyed PUBG.
You conveniently just didn't respond to my message
Oh, there was
earlier.
one of those ones that I read out
So-
loud, and I was like, I'm doing my platinum run for Death Stranding, Max, and then I got distracted by something, and I forgot to message back. So that's absolutely on me. I would look. I haven't fucked with. Actually, let's get into that. Let's jump into that right now. So I haven't jumped into Battlefield 6 again since I played it the other week. Neither the campaign or the multiplayer. Mostly because I have a feeling multiplayer, at least from what I've heard and my experience of Battlefield in general, is that it is best in a squad of people that you know. And apart from you messaging me earlier, no one I've known has been playing it.
I also haven't played it outside of.
So I haven't checked out the multiplayer at all. However, this week they announced the release of Battlefield 6 RedSec, which is their free-to-play Battle Royale version. There's a couple other modes in there as well. My presumption is it's the idea to entice people to come in and check out Battlefield, then maybe play more. But have you messed about with it at all, Max?
I've played 2 rounds of RedSec, and that's it.
Well, seeing as you've been playing Fortnite as well this week, how do they compare? Which one are you having more fun? Obviously, having more fun with Fortnite, but
Look, it plays like any other battle royale. You still pick your class to begin with, and then the loot boxes are designed around what class you're playing. So if you pick support, you're going to get LMGs and LMG upgrades in your weapon crates that are class specific. So you've got to know. you again. It's solo, duo, or squads of 4. So you pick what role is going to be best suited for who you're playing with, how you're playing, all that kind of stuff. But it's just it's like any other battle royale. I didn't really do much in it. I picked up a few kills and then just got mobbed by like 3 groups at once, and there was nothing I could do. So that's pretty much how battle royales go. Yeah. It's just wrong place, wrong time, and someone jumps you while you're either recovering from the fight that you either just won or just escaped from, and then there's nothing you can do about it. My understanding is there is no playing outside of the zone in this one. If you hit the wall just fucking straight up kills you.
Oh, I like that.
There is no gulag like in Call of Duties, but you just respawn. You get 1 free respawn. You get to redeploy once. Whereas in Call of Duty, you have to win your 1v1 in the gulag to
because
earn resurrection rights.
Fortnite's brought that resurrection back as
and
well.
Fortnite have resurrection tickets, so your squad mates can go pick up your token and then take you to a res truck and revive you.
Okay.
Yeah, so every battle royale has revives now, essentially. Well, the main ones anyway. But it's fine. I'm not as big of a. Yeah, I mean, it's free to play, so, it's definitely there to entice people to go, hey, the game kind of plays well, the shooting's kind of fun, maybe I'll check out this multiplayer, and that's how they catch you and you buy into it that way.
Yeah, it's a good way to
test out the other game modes are apparently really fun, but I have not played them yet.
Oh, yeah. Because it'd be a good way to test out the class differences, right? Because obviously that plays very different to, say, Call of Duty, which you reminded me this weekend is out next week.
I've pre-installed it, ready to go.
Yeah, it snuck up fucking fast. Because it is November, which I forgot on PC. About. Well, because it's the thing, like, like Call of Duty always comes out around my birthday, and it was just my birthday, and I was like, and then when you're like, hey, Call of Duty, I'm like, huh? Oh yeah, completely like.
That's a thing.
That's totally a fucking thing, which is an interesting thing.
Black Ops 7, baby. First non-cross generation Call of Duty.
Yeah, so everything's on next gen only. Interesting.
This gen only.
Well, yeah, actually, would be this gen now, wouldn't it? Yeah,
it's been this gen for 5 years, mate.
Yeah, calm down. Well, it kind of hasn't been because we've had such a mixed bullshit.
The line has been so blurred for so long.
It should have been. It should have been this gen for 5 years.
It should have been. But all right, well, let's jump into another game. Now, I think, Pad, you may not be able to speak about the game specifically, but you may be able to talk about the series, and that is Tales.
Yeah, so Shadow.
I was going to say, I haven't played.
Have you played any
That's right.
Tales
Have you
For
games?
some
been
reason, I
playing
thought I heard my name in there, but I also glitched
Oh,
out. for a
I
moment,
did.
So.
You mentioned that you may not have played this game, but you may know the series of Tales, so you may be able to assist
That's right.
in the
Cool.
chat.
Yeah.
Sorry, go Max.
No, all good. Sorry,
yeah,
no,
so-
it was just because I glitched out. So my bad. Sorry.
That's all right. Shout out to the team over at Bandai Namco for providing me a code for Tales of Xillia or Tales of Xillia. So this came out originally back in 2011, I think.
Sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was on the PS3.
Yeah.
It was fucking ages ago. I think it made it. Let me have a look. 2011 in Japan, 2013 for Western regions. There you go. So it's old. So this is their remaster. It is not a remake. There have been some quality of life changes. Some of the things that you wouldn't have access to until you beat the game the first time, you have access to straight out of the gate. This time around, I originally never played the game back in when it first came out on PS3. I have played a lot of the other Tales series. This one eluded me for whatever reason. I am only about 10 hours deep, so I'm basically still brand new at it. What was that?
I just coughed, man. It's all good. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I thought what was going to weigh in.
Oh.
I had a
I
little
have
just
no-
a little smirk on the face, but yeah, because that's a JRPG, right? Like 10
Yeah.
hours, and you're like
Yeah.
5% of the way into the game.
Yeah, I haven't seen the splash screen yet. If it
Wow.
you know how games do that these days. Haven't seen the main title. No, so I am utterly confused as to what's going on in the story at the moment. So at the start of the game, you get to pick whether you want to play as the male lead or the female lead. I picked the male lead, who is named Jude from memory, and he is a doctor. I am Dr. Jude.
Women can be doctors, Max.
Hey,
Just saying.
Jude. And it throws you in, and you're in the middle of an examination, and you're like, "Hey, I need to go find my professor." Turns out the military has kidnapped him, and I am off to go and find what is going on. So I feel like I've been thrown in the deep end. I know nothing as to what's going on. They've alluded to the power in this world comes from spirits, and it seems that the army want to take control of everything, as most armies do. And
That's kind of
we are
mentality
here
of
to
Jurassic
stop that
World
from-
as well. Like, they have dinosaurs. We can make them into army things.
and we are essentially tasked with stopping that army from fulfilling what seems to be an evil goal. But yeah, like I said, I'm about 10 hours in. I've barely scratched the surface. From what I can tell, there is essentially two parts of the game. One, you're out in the field exploring, so you can go pick up all your random items. You can see all the monsters you can go and fight. And then the other form is inside of the battle screen, which is fake turn-based. So you have free roam. You can run around the battle arena completely freely. So you can go flank enemies. You can dash. You can dodge. You can dip, dive, and duck. And then you've got your attacks, your parries, your blocks.
I love that we've just been able to drop so many really out of date references. I'm proud of us.
Dodgeball's always good.
Yeah, you can use your special
You
skill.
can use your urine.
techniques or-
It's sterile and you like the taste.
Like the
hang on.
taste.
I think they're called arts in this game.
You can still piss, whatever you want to call it.
You have allies. You can do like you can power up and do like team attacks. It's all very tutorial heavy at the start. Kind of teaches you how this combat system works.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah.
And at the end of the battle, you're like, who am I going to share this treasure with? And he's like, yar. Or Pirate Steve.
There are no pirates yet. I have been on a pirate ship.
Okay, this game is just dodgeball. That's fucking awesome.
And then, like any other JRPG, you have the ability to level up your characters and whatnot in what I refer to as the I can't believe it's not the sphere grid. Which is from Final Fantasy X, but it's set up as like a fucking spider's web, and you have to unlock
Oh shit! Even I get that reference. So play 10.
You have to unlock the surrounding ability points to unlock the skill in the center of them. You can't just go and unlock the skills themselves. You have to open the webbing's path to get to it, which is fine. So yeah, still playing along. I'll have more to say next week. Hopefully, I can get through it now that I'm out of assessment time through my course. I've got a little bit more free time to knuckle down on it. So far, though, I am
might see the
enjoying
splash
it.
screen by next week.
Ooh,
Oh, man, I hope
lucky.
so.
Title screen.
The title screen. I love a good title screen. But what about you, Padge? What do you remember? Because I know you were pretty keen on getting your hands on this, or replaying it at least.
Yeah, keen to replay it. I haven't really gotten started yet for a lot of the reasons that we've discussed so far, but it's kind of sitting there. One of many games kind of sitting on the to play list at the moment. So very, very keen to go back to it. I never played it in full back in the day. It was one of those ones that, like, I got started, was enjoying myself, and then I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to recall what came out in what year was that? Yeah, 2013.
2013.
Could have been The Last of Us. Could have been BioShock. Could have been GTA. Could have been God knows what. I think Pikmin 3 was that year. Lots of good shit that came out that year that kind of threw me right off course. So. But it is something I'm really keen to get back to. Was enjoying my time. Getting close enough to 15 years ago at this point.
Jesus.
Which is really depressing.
That's so confronting.
Yeah. But I'm gonna toggle everything on and just bulldoze my way through this game. I've got no interest in
What do you mean toggle
any sort of
everything
normal
on?
difficulty.
For context, GTA 5 came out in 2013.
Yeah.
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 I did play
yeah.
GTA in there.
That's
Yeah,
fucked.
so yeah, you can set like 5 times XP. Unlimited
Oh,
health,
okay. So all like
all
the
of it, like auto cred.
thingies.
Yeah,
It's basically me just dialing it onto easy mode and just steamrolling everything, and that's the plan.
Sweet.
why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
Well, I
Fuck
just
it.
want to, at this point, like I've been there, I've done it, and a lot of the systems are, from Xillia to Symphonia, Vesperia, all those games of that era, they all played very similarly. So I'm more than confident and capable with the way the game plays. I don't want to have to wade through all that though to finally kind of put a bow on the story. So when the time comes, I'm steamrolling this bad boy.
Nice.
Geez, 2013 was actually a banger of a year.
It was.
GTA, BioShock,
Oh, yeah,
Infinite,
that's one of the
Last of
goats.
Us, Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection.
Pikmin 3.
I'm just
Criminally
fucking
underrated
bunch
game.
of gross noises this evening. All right. Well, that's dope. So, like, so, yeah, seeing as you're 10
Rayman
hours
Legends.
in, no title screen, you ain't seen fucking shit of that game. So I'm sure that you'll have more to say over the coming weeks. Because, like,
yeah.
I myself am in this interesting position, right? Like, I'm really not sure what to play at the moment. There's, like, nothing that's really, like, grabbing at me. Like Ghost of Yotei, you know, I'll hopefully return, even though you both fucking nailed it.
Liar.
I probably won't. Now that it's been done.
I never anticipated you finishing it before it even came out and Phoebe started playing it.
Hey, look, there was a higher chance back then. There was a fucking higher chance. But in the recent, like I've not found, like, probably since Death Stranding 2 is probably the game that I finished most recently, I guess, that was like, oh, that was really, like, awesome, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Like, there's nothing really jumping at me at the moment. I went through my back catalog, and I'm like, what have I got? Like, you know, Alan Wake 2, I've still never finished. I'd be keen to fuck with that. I know, Padge, I know. I keep getting, like, reasonably far in, and then I get distracted and sort of wander off. So I think that might be the next one. Because even, like, look, I'm going to fucking blow my nose. Jesus Christ. Hang on.
You've got to get to Wii Sing. Like at the,
That's
at
what
that
I wanna
point, once you
see.
get through Wii Sing, you've got to finish it. But like you've got to.
I no joke really want to get like Let's Dance on Switch for my kid because I think she'll have a blast with it.
I think she would too, actually. I think she had a great time. But yeah, Alan Wake 2 was on that list. Obviously, Metal Gear Solid Delta. I started it and I got like into it, and then I got distracted and sort of wandered off. But like at this moment,
Sean puts in the chat Expedition 33. Ryan will never play that game because it's good.
yeah.
Hey.
No, it's fucking valid, right? Because you know what I've been playing this week instead? Just a fuckload of Powerwash Simulator. Not even the new one, the first one. I've put
I've
a
I've installed the new
disgusting
one.
amount of time of that game. Because it's one of those ones that I've had on my console for ages, and I dipped my toe in a little while ago, and I was like, you know what? I want to just play something, but for whatever reason, there's no real story-driven game that's really grabbing me, right? So I go in, and it's like, it starts nice and simple. It's, hey, do this van. And we all know that I have a love of simulators anyway. It's like, wash this van. I'm like, deal. That took me like a minute. That was rad. Next one, do this. I'm like, okay. That took me 3 minutes. Rad. I'm now like 100 stars in the game, whatever the fuck that means. I think it's 5 stars per level. So I'm at like, what, 25 levels deep, essentially. Wait, that's not right.
And each mission takes you like a working week to get done.
Not quite, but it's getting there now.
Close. Yeah.
So it's like slowly getting more incrementally intense. And there was one that was like, hey, power wash this penny farthing. Literally took 35 seconds. It was like, done. And I got $50 out of it. It was cool. And
Do you have access to the DLCs through?
no, so though I only have the base game at the moment. But there's a stack of them. There's like SpongeBob, and there's the Final Fantasy where you can do the bike, and there's a Warhammer one where you can like spray down an Imperial tank, I think it is, or it might be a Space Marine tank.
Tomb Raider.
There's a Tomb Raider house.
Yeah, there's Tomb Raider stuff. There's Final Fantasy 7 remake stuff.
There's there's Shrek.
Shit.
You can. This is the other thing, right? Shrek would make fucking sense in this world because my understanding is there is a story in this game. I've not been paying attention to it, but there's occasional little messages that pop up and I go, huh? Like I just literally, one of the levels I did today was power washing a temple that was covered in shit. And like the messages are like, yeah, I don't know why this temple's covered in poo. I was like, okay, sure. But that was fun. In that level, there was like a little gnome at the top, and in order to get a trophy, you had to like before you finish level, like put the gnome back on the roof, and bing, and you get a trophy. Because these trophies in the game are not like connected to just finishing the level. You have to do some fucking weird thing in the level.
Always, yep.
Like there's a skate park level that's like, hey, you need to get the ball out of the bowl. So you have to clean the whole bowl first, because then it clearly makes some sort of grip. And then you've got to like water gun the fucking soccer ball out of the skate bowl. That's way harder than it should be.
I've got to double check the trophies. So I reckon I got that particular one, and it drove me wild. Powerwash.
And there's other ones like, hey, this is the nursery rhyme. There is an old lady that lives in a shoe. Like you have to hose the shoe down, but in order to get the trophy for that level, you have to do the sole of the shoe last. There's little things like that. But yeah, the one I'm doing right now is a treehouse. So there's a lot of like looking up and hosing down roofs and stuff, which is annoying. But it has really consumed me as I've sat there just listening to podcasts or listening to music, just while like power washing a bunch of things. Because I originally did hope to be playing Powerwash Simulator 2. Because I was like, oh, maybe it'll be a nice upgrade, improvement, knowing that the original is quite old at this point. But I am still thoroughly enjoying it. Whether I jump into the DLC, I don't know. Do I go back and try get the platinum? Probably not. But now that I'm aware, because I wasn't aware, I just didn't pay attention. Knowing that the trophies are just for doing little weird things in the level or doing things in particular order. Excuse me. If it's not too difficult to go back to the older levels and try again, I might just, but okay, cool. And then see how many I can get that aren't too complicated. But I am weirdly having a really good time. But I do wonder. So the only level that seems to make sense for me is the Shrek level. Because for whatever reason, all these locations, like these carousels, these fucking drill bits, these, firehouses, they are all just absolutely caked in assorted shit. Like when you go in, you have the ability to press right on your D-pad, and it'll let you know what is dirty with an orange glow. There was one level I went in and I pressed it and it went, and it was just
the whole thing lights up.
Just fucking everything. it's ridiculous. I think I may have mentioned this last week because I remember using the example of it's like the save screen in Silent Hill 2 and you didn't get it because you hadn't played the game. So I'm really enjoying that. But what the other game that I have been playing, because a little while ago I did check this game out, but it is coming soon to PS5. But I was through Keymailer. I was able to get a code for Contraband Police. Now, are either you two aware of Contraband Police?
I remember Contraband, the game that was cancelled from Avalanche just recently, but
not that one. So this one is by. I'm gonna quickly do a double check. I'm pretty sure it's. Playway is, I think, the publisher, if not developer. Yeah, sorry, the publisher is Playway, but it's developed by Crazy Rock Studios. So this is an interesting simulator game. The premise is that you are working at the border of this country called Akaristan or something. And, the previous border dude got the sack for being corrupt. And you've got to come in and take over the role. Excuse me. So very similar to like Papers, Please. Person comes up to you. They hand you their papers. You need to look for the discrepancies within their documents. Now, as the game progresses, they start to begin to add additional things to make it more complicated. So the first, that starts with a 5-day training, tutorial. The first one is just identifying discrepancies in their name and their passport number or the expiry dates on their documents. Cool. Next one, the next day you start to get into the contraband, right? Like, so certain cars will have symbols marked on various parts of the car to identify that, for the gangs or whatever, that there's shit in there. Like a little snake symbol, using your UV torch, you go, haha, and you pull it apart, you find the shit, you arrest the person, whichever. And then what comes further on after that, you'll start getting little notes at the checkpoint that's like, hey, these are people we're looking for. They may have a partial number plate that reads X because they ran the checkpoint yesterday. Or we're looking for someone who's age 41. Or we're looking for for today, we're not taking anybody from this country for these reasons. Okay, cool. So you start checking the documents. Yep, cool. Next thing, you'll start getting cars that come in, and you have to. Well, they're always cars, but then you have to identify the make, the model. You need to ensure the car is meeting almost essentially a roadworthy. Like, are there any? Excuse me. Are there any flat tires? Are there any dents? Are there any broken window? All these things. So it just starts stacking all these things you need to check every day they come in, and you start getting into the routine. You hate papers, check the docs. Yep, cool. All right, let's check your cargo. Does the cargo match up with what the records you give me are? All right, yeah, it says you've got 6 bags of this, but you've only got 5 bags. That's interesting. Where's your 5th? Or you've got 7. What's in the 7th? Cut it open. It's full of fucking cocaine. Nice try, dickhead. Stuff like that. And I really, really enjoy it. And the beauty of it as well is it doesn't just keep you at the checkpoint. The game does get you to leave the checkpoint as all the contraband that you have taken, whether it be laundered money, booze, smokes, drugs, you then take it to a location to exchange it for dollary dues, right? Because you're in this very Eastern European setting. So it has that real sort of like Russian, Croatian-y, that side of that part of the world sort of feel. Yeah. So as you drive through, you drive this lovely sort of mountain range and shit looks like that real rusticy, shitty sort of, Russian look. But it allows you to sort of get into like gunfights and shit as well. So as you're traveling, transporting the contraband, I should say, you may get jacked up along the way. But even then within the story, there are moral choices that you get to make. Like, are you going to be this very similar to the previous Border Patrol manager or leader or whatever the fucking role is, where they were corrupt, or you can make the choice to not be and to be a better law enforcement officer. Excuse me. And like, as there are trophies connected to the two, they're both stories. The endings at least are going to be very different.
Yeah, different bit.
Now, the reason is that I had played this previously on the PC and I enjoyed it quite a lot. I made a couple videos on it that I never published just because I got super lazy, and the idea of making Let's Plays were way more exhausting than I remember. Like, I don't have that give a fuck like I used to. But the thing that made me go, oh, please, yes, may I have a code? I really enjoyed the game, but secondarily, I wanted to play it on my Portal because it feels like a really good Portal game. And dear God, is it a good Portal game? The idea of just sitting there, I'm like, all right, I'll just do a day in the game. I'll do some check. I'll, just do a couple checks, blah, blah. Cool. Turn the Portal off. Dunskies. Love it. Fucking love it. I knew I was going to love it going in. Love it just as for all the reasons that I'd mentioned, and then all the trophies as well as playing on the Portal and so on. Big fan. But outside of that, I believe that is everything that I have played. Anything else, gents? Is there anything else you've checked out that we've missed? I know you, excuse me, Max. I know you mentioned Dragon Quest 3 originally. However,
yeah, I haven't really played it much. I played like 10 hours of Dragon Quest 3, so not deep enough. I've played a shit.
You haven't at least seen the splash screen for that one.
I have.
And I know that like you're wanting to play Dragon Quest 1 and 2 as well, so I was kind of thinking maybe we'll lump that together in like a big thing maybe in the coming weeks.
Yep. That's cool. But yeah, Hades 2, I have now reached the end of the underworld. I've made it to Kronos multiple times. I've still yet to beat Kronos. I can now go to the surface world as well. So when you first start your run, you can choose to go down further into the underworld, or you can go up.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't unlock straight away. When you first start going up, essentially you just take damage constantly. There's nothing you can do about it. And then when you return to the underworld, they're like, "Hey, you have been cursed by your family has been cursed by the fates. You're not actually allowed up on the surface, but you are a witch. You can cast a spell. Here's the things that you need, and then you'll be able to walk on the surface world perfectly fine." So I've done that. But yeah, still having a blast. Hades 2 is great.
Excellent. Oh,
I'm just
quick turn
gonna
from
pop
Padge.
this
We
in
good?
here because yeah, no, I accidentally clicking around shit in my favorites bar, and I clicked over to the ghost rewards thing. You know.
Oh,
that they
yeah,
had
is it
set up for
live?
I will
Ghost of
be back
Tsushima.
in it. I will be back.
No worries.
They've just gone and added the stuff for Yotei in there,
What do you mean?
like the pin that you can get for getting the
Yeah.
platinum in Yotei, the shirt like that. It was only Tsushima, and they promised that you were gonna get stuff from Yotei, but they've added it now.
Oh shit.
And I haven't seen any talk of that.
Ghost rewards. Here we go. Ooh, $25 those.
Yeah, there's
Estimated
like a
shipping
teeny
window
tiny,
2 to 3
like,
months after placing the order. Jesus.
Who cares?
Phoebe would have entirely fucking forgotten that she had played
Now
it.
I've got a timeline to go get my Ghost of Yotei plat.
Oh, it spins. That's cool.
It spins.
Yeah, if you scroll down on the reward page, you'll see that the spin has the wolf and the fox, and it actually spins. This is interesting. Okay. Hang on, let me just make a little timestamp for this bad boy as well, because this is absolutely worth chatting about. So something that that they've been looking at doing is adding these additional benefits for those that are able to get the platinum. It's just like, yes, it's like, hey, you put the hard work in to finish this game. Do you want to spend more money? But
yes, as it turns out, I
the answer is mostly yes. So for those that you have to sign in to the website with your PlayStation account that identifies that you've achieved the platinum. And yeah, you can pre-order a platinum trophy pin, which is cool. There is a shirt, a unique shirt. There is a unique jacket. There's a couple different shirts, and this looks to be two different. Oh, it's one pin. Legendary Honorary Trophy.
The jacket.
Oh,
Looks
there's
really
a living.
good,
Oh,
but
there's
it's
two.
150, and I'm guessing it's $150 too.
There are two pins. There are two separate pins.
No, so there was the Tsushima, so the rewards were there initially for Tsushima, which was just the bottom two.
Oh,
things.
Living
There was
Legend. Yeah, that is the Tsushima pin. My apologies.
Yeah. And then the Yotei stuff has been clearly added this week, and there's just been no buzz about that whatsoever.
Yeah. So I guess for yourself, Padge, like you love a good trinket, as you can see by from the wall behind you, and the wall behind myself is very trinkety.
Yeah, there's my Yotei mask, and all fixed, by the way.
I
can't remember if we spoke about that on the show.
We did speak about that, which is fantastic. I kind of fuck with this idea.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, I wish it
I
existed
love
for,
this shit.
like God of War and stuff.
I mean, they could go back. I mean, Tsushima was obviously a 2020 game. They might work their way. It might be a case of when they've got something God of War to promote game wise, then you get your God of War 2018 and Ragnarok stuff start to pop, and you can go get it. But like this sort of stuff, like really incentivizes engaging with the plat in particular. So,
like very similar to PlayStation Stars, right? Where it's like, oh, this seems like a really cool idea as a great way to incentivize people to play games or to achieve, because there were some that were wrapped around trophies. Like outside of trophies having just the bragging rights, there is very little to really do it outside of you having the need or compulsion to do so. Like, I always talk about trophies and how much I enjoy collecting them, but I am not an avid like platinum guy. Like I think I've got 24 of them now, including the recent Ghost of Yotei one. So I'm not like sitting there getting hundreds of them.
and it's not even yours.
Not even mine. Well, like friends of our show, Dylan Blight over at the Explosion Network. Like for him, it was I don't know whether it's as much important to him anymore, as he's really seemed to have with the closure of Platinum Explosion in like November of last year. He's not been as vocal about his plats, so I'm not sure whether it's something that he still chases, or Colin Moriarty, as we mentioned before, who goes out of his way to platinum almost everything he plays. Where are you at, like Padge, with this as a concept, but also as within the idea of platinum hunting and then being incentivized for it?
Well, yeah, this definitely incentivizes me to go chase platinums a bit more. Now, obviously, I'd been saying for a little while that the plan was like I was absolutely going to go and chase down the platinum for this one. I got the platinum for Tsushima within 7 days, all up, which would have all been pre-released in the end. So the fact that there's like this juicy thing on the end of it is awesome in the case of these ones that I've already got or was definitely going to get anyway. But in some of those other cases, like if there was something for, I know it's not a PlayStation IP, but if there was something for Final Fantasy VII Remake or Rebirth, suddenly I'm looking at going, shit, I might need to go and chase a few of these things down. Getting the platinum might be really hard in some of those cases, but
See, like,
I like it.
See, for me, I think about...
It's a good reward for the most enthusiastic as well.
Excuse me. Jesus, fuck, this cough is murdering me. Yeah, like, absolutely. For those of us that are the hardcore, the ones that... Or even the ones that are, like myself, who puts the platinum effort into the very specific titles, the one that piqued my interest the most. Like, I would love to be able to do this for... for Astrobot or for Spider-Man, but they're not for me. They'd be for James, right? And they'd be really cool to have. But God of War would be the big one for me. Last of Us would be cool, even though I have the platinum for neither of the Last of Us because they were fucking dense.
Holy shit, because they're really hard plats.
I did contemplate it with 2. I know Max won't ever do it because that game is what's that Never expression? Again. No non grata or whatever. Like it's just we can't fucking talk
Persona
about
non grata.
it. Persona non grata, yeah. All right. Well, look. A moment ago, we were talking about the pricing of these pins. So let's get to the section we call Inform the Players. We tell you about what happened this week in PlayStation. This week in PlayStation, we may not be able to trust the price that we see on that website for those pins because who knows what could change, Max?
Ooh.
Yes. So as everyone tends to do, you keep an eye on the PlayStation Store, especially as new sales come and go every couple of weeks, but it seems Sony may be toying with the idea of dynamic per-user pricing. It is difficult to say definitively, of course. However, there are now a couple of cases in which somebody has discovered the same game being offered for 2 different prices simultaneously. This first happened about a year ago. Someone reported different prices for Astrobot on the PlayStation Store. The user saw the game being sold for both $59.99 and $44.99, with the latter price showing once they were logged into their PlayStation Network account. A friend of theirs had seen the former price when logged in. A second example has recently surfaced, this time with a discrepancy in the discount applied to Red Dead Redemption 2's Ultimate Edition. In this instance, the user says for them, the game was showing a price of $19.99. However, on their partner's PlayStation account, the game is currently listed for $14.99. If Sony is really experimenting with targeted dynamic pricing on a per-user basis, it does throw up questions about fairness. Why should one person be expected to pay more for something than another? The only other thing that might be related is an exclusive discount for you popping up on the PlayStation Store from time to time. It is possible these really are being tuned to individual accounts.
Yeah. I don't have massive opinions, but only because we're in this fortunate. Like, I guess I haven't really projected beyond my own circumstance at the moment, and so in my own circumstance, the majority of games I am fortunate enough to receive.
Yeah,
and so not hugely relevant for me, but I'm not wild about it. I do wonder in some of these cases with the small discrepancies in prices, they might also be errors on the PSN. Like, for example, the Red Dead one, $14.99 to $19.99. Could that be that there's not been a logo pop up for a PlayStation Plus like discount that they offer? Like if you're a Plus member, like there could be some of those sorts of things in the mix as well in a few of these instances. Otherwise, you'd expect them to be far more widely reported on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well, there's only a couple of instances that it's been seen, and generally speaking, dynamic pricing works in the opposite direction of the more people buy something, the fucking more expensive it gets.
Yeah.
Look at like music concerts and shit like that. Generally, it's not. Hey, we think you would like.
We think
this
you
game.
like this, so we'll let you pay less too.
Yeah.
So my larger issue with dynamic pricing is just the inherent unfairness to it, right? And the disgusting level of capitalism that it is.
Well, Ryan, the early bird gets the fucking worm. Okay.
Well, apparently, fucking no, they don't. So, like the dynamic pricing doesn't fucking exist within release day. Release day, the games are what they are. It appears that like what's happening is going to work later, right? Like I hate it within the concert system because they're already exorbitant fucking prices at the best of times, right? Now I understand that in a post-COVID world, shit's more expensive. In a post-services world, like no one's making fucking dick off Spotify. Money is made on touring, right? And they need to make up that gap, that shortfall from those other circumstances, right? But that's disgusting. The fact that I could be sitting here and the person next to me sitting next to me could pay $100 less just because is fucking stupid. And on a PSN, when they are all digital items, which means diddly fucking shit, they are the exact same ones and zeros. You're not getting you're not paying more for a slightly better seat or any of that shit. It is just simply because they can look at your data that they have collected and make a purchase and know that you will pay, that this is your lower price window, right? They can see that when a game has gone, sorry, I'm all excited and I'm fucking coughing and making a whole bunch of noise. All right, let's try again. So for someone like myself, and actually all of us really, the luxury of where we work within, and that we have these games arrive in our emails and we can ask, and we don't have to buy games as frequently as others. The data that they collect from us is going to be very, very different. Because a game has to be pretty heavily sailed for me to buy it if I don't already have access to it. So yes, sure, they could, for me, tailor it to go, well, okay, well, here are some additional discounts to make you buy a game that's been sitting in your wish list for 8 months. But that is not how business works. None of these corporations, none of these companies will want you to pay less for the same thing. They may do it to incentivize you for one, and the second they realize they've got you, they go, aha, okay, that's the price. That is that lower price that they are willing to go. So maybe if the next thing that's on their wish list we'll make it, instead of 30, we'll make it 35. Or rather than just, I don't know, charging the same price for fucking everything. Now, granted, I'm very aware, Max, that this likely connects to our previous discussions that we've had about Facebook Marketplace and my fucking disgust for haggling, where I'm like, if it's worth this, I think it's worth this. And if it's not,
You would have been a terrible old-timey person.
fuck yeah, I would have
You've
been.
been eaten alive.
Get off my lawn.
Run out of the
Yeah,
you'd have
and
been
you
run
know
out of the
why?
fucking town market.
Because I'm so full of fucking autism and ADHD, I couldn't have survived in the Middle Ages. I'm like, how would I get all my stimulus and dopamine? I would, oh man. Actually, I'd probably be locked up in some. They wouldn't even let me go to a marketplace. They'd just think I'm possessed and fucking kill me or something. But I think it's stupid. It is exactly the problem with with late stage capitalism that I disgustingly hate. Because there's a circumstance where these companies are making ass backwards money, and they find more ways to get a couple extra dollars out of you when they don't need to. Because I can assure you that all these things, like this dynamic pricing, as I said, is not for you to get a better deal. The first one might be, because then you get fucked afterwards. Do I know how that's going to work? No. I'm just immediately pessimistic when it comes to corporate work.
I just don't think there's actually anything going on here. That's all. I just don't actually think there's anything going on.
But yeah,
we've got a few weird cases of shit going on, and
look, I would agree. Like that's my
that's not
larger
kicked in
issue
for some reason.
around dynamic pricing. But I would agree with your assessment earlier, Padge, around is it just PS Plus discounts that aren't there? However, the stories that have been reported, apparently the individuals still have PS Plus, just different levels of PS Plus. And my understanding is you don't get additional discounts for being a premium user or a deluxe user comparative to an essential or an
Not that I'm aware of.
Exactly.
No, but also it could just be like, and it's weird stuff that I see. Like I'll get pinged on my PlayStation app of something on the wish list going on sale, just like anyone does with Steam or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll like it flags as the discount, but then I go to the store and it's not appeared yet, and then it does a couple of hours later. Like there can be some of these sorts of weird disconnects from time zones and when sales start to roll in. Like I just
for reference, I'll put it's not gonna let me put the damn thing in there. Let's see if I can just.
So I bet might look at the message anyway. So
Nope.
No. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
So no, my gut feel is it's just that I don't think there's anything to this. I just think it's time zones and rollouts of sales.
Like
and
the only other
lots of those sorts of scenarios coming together.
The only other thing
I'll put in the chat for Twitch. So if you want to check it out, so it's literally just a side by side. They're obviously using the app. It's just a side by side. This is what it is.
that's the website.
Yeah, and on one side it's $19.99 save 80%. On the other side it's $14.99 save 85%.
The only other thing that I could consider, but not knowing, I know sales tax is different from state to state in the US. Is that part of it? Is sales tax something that's...
This is a man and his wife using different accounts. So I would imagine...
so was that example? All right.
Yeah. I would imagine they live in the same state.
Well, you'd fucking hope so.
Long distance marriage.
Yeah, like I do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it the store go, oh, there's just weird shit. Like, I don't think there's anything too much to see. There's just not enough cases of it.
Yeah, I'd need to see more evidence to have like a stance on it that is not fuck dynamic pricing in general. My concern is that this is what the future may hold. I certainly hope it doesn't, but we'll wait and see, I guess. Oh, sorry, I missed a comment in the chat here. Reverend Park says Powerwash Simulator is just viscera cleanup for people who don't like gore. Yeah, I've also saw it was a crime scene cleaner. That one caught my attention too. I'm like, that looks fun.
Oh.
Just cleaning up fucking murder.
You just have to come back over multiple days to remove different things at points that you're allowed to.
You're like, oh, that's a dead body. Just power wash it. All right, well, let's get into the next piece of news. It is because look, these pricing concerns may be something we'll need to consider, especially if we head down this path. So, a mysterious new cross-buy icon has been data mined on the PS5. The symbol, discovered on the console itself, was first shared by Amethyst, that's AMETHST, XST on X, well, that's fucking Twitter, mate.
Logical spelling.
Who says that he believes it has been added since March of 2025. While other icons discovered by the user already in use, such as the Power Saver mode, which I did get an interesting notification today when I booted up Death Stranding 2. It goes, this game supports Power Saver mode. I was like, cool, I'm not going to fucking use it, but cool. As well as the PS5/PC logos, which we have, try that again. But it also includes the cross-buy and the PS5/PC logos, which we have never seen before. They do match Sony's overall design language, and therefore we can presume they are legit. It remains to be seen how Sony intends to use these symbols, but the best guess is that it's been planning to offer cross-buy between PS5 and PC purchases, a little bit like Xbox's own Play Anywhere strategy. Whether this means Sony is also plotting its own PC-based version of the PS Store remains to be seen. Although it will be difficult for the company to convince users to move away from Steam, perhaps it hopes the lure of a cross-buy will achieve that. Excuse me. Other theories about the cross-buy icon pertain to Sony's rumored handheld, but can be assumed this would just be a portable SKU capable of playing supported games you already own. So it's unsure whether it will be labeled as cross-buy particularly. It's equally possible that the company could add the cross-buy icon to existing games, which could then be purchased across PS5 and PS4, just to make it clear that you get both versions rather than the current PS5/PS4 icon. Although this is by definitely the least exciting outcome, and it's not really that interesting. But a small update from Deer Labs based on additional investigation confirms the new cross-buy icon is indeed real and was added as recently as June of this year. This is important because it proves it's not legacy code, as back in the day on the PS3 and the PS Vita, you could do cross-buy across from these things. This asks a couple of immediate questions for me. Now, I know something that we've discussed before here on the show, the idea of a PlayStation PC launcher. We were discussing this back around the Helldivers time. My presumption here is that a launcher will exist, and it's not trying to rival Steam. It'll be in the same way that if you were to buy GTA 5 as an example, or Red Dead on your PC version of Steam, you open it and it will make you download the Rockstar Games launcher.
You'll boot through their launcher there.
I think that's what it will do. You could still purchase it through Steam, and maybe in that way you can then connect it to your PS4 or your PS5 somehow. What yourself, Padge? How do you see this operating?
PC games for dorks. No, fuck them. I mean, look, I have no real problems with something like this coming through. Great, people get more access. I do think your theory of very Rockstar launcher style, that we can boot through Steam into a PlayStation launcher, which then does create a tether between like your achievements and PlayStation trophies and all those sorts of things like that. That's all connected. Your progression, like in terms of cross progression, those sort of things. That
we like trophies as well. We know for certain titles trophies are already implemented because of the overlay. Like there's a particular overlay for I think God of War Ragnarok had it. I think Helldivers had it eventually. Yeah, you go in and you can still sync to your trophies, which even
it just might mean that they don't need those things though. Like if they go through their own PlayStation launcher, then you could just some of those weird overlays that they're doing because it's a Steam version and all like that disappears.
Because, I imagine that you're not going to be able to cross-buy with Steam, though, right? Max, as you mentioned, no one's gumming off Steam. And I don't think Sony are going to give you free Steam codes.
No, the only way I can see cross-play happening is if they do make their own store on PC. I don't need another launcher. I really don't. It shits me to tears having to boot GTA through Steam and then into Thingo. It shits me to tears when you boot a Steam game and it's like, oh, I'm actually an Epic Store game. I gotta boot up Epic real quick. Yep. It's just a fucking extra step. It's really shitty.
Where I don't have to worry about that?
A lot of people just won't.
I'm on PlayStation.
A lot of people just won't do it. So yeah, one of those things.
Because back to what we were saying, it's a great way to link with your achievements, your trophies, etc. But as of right now, like your PS5 and so the PS5 and the PC are a identical trophy list. So if you were to boot up any of the PlayStation games on Steam and play them, yeah, they are the same trophy list. So I do wonder whether then this would then create an alternate, a secondary list or a supplementary list, I should say, comparative to the standard PlayStation. But if cross-buy allows for cross-progression, then I don't see it as badly as it could be. Like, granted,
It depends on what the price that they bring in at, because they're not selling you a $125 game with
yeah, you're probably paying $10-15 extra, $20 extra.
I would argue that you're probably paying $50-$60 extra. I'd say you'd be paying half again. I'd say your $120 game is probably $180 to get it on 2 copies.
Well,
you're paying for 1.5 for getting 2.
What? Obviously,
there is no way they're giving you a second copy of the game for $10. That seems crazy to me.
Well, the only other example I can think of would be Call of Duty, like whatever the last one was. I think it was a $10-15 difference, but it was just PS4 and PS5. Like, it doesn't.
That's
the same ecosystem.
Same ecosystem.
That's not crossplay. I would argue a better example is buying it on Xbox and being able to play it on your PC via their Play Anywhere thing. And I think that technically is just you buy the game and you've got it everywhere.
Yeah.
With Microsoft, Xbox Play Nowhere because no one buys games on Xbox.
I just don't think that. I don't think that we would be that lucky over here.
Yeah, it's a difficult it's a difficult thing to think about, mostly because we don't know how. It feels so different to what PlayStation's plan and structure and delivery method has been up until this point. But speaking of new ways for them to
delivery methods
deliver games to us, Padge, what's this next piece?
Sony has announced a game-changing update for its handheld PlayStation Portal device that gives you the ability to cloud stream PS5 games directly from your console library. The patch for the PlayStation Portal device goes live a day or two ago, and the feature is available for PlayStation Plus Premium subscribers. So that's not us. More than 2,800 PS5 titles can be streamed from the PlayStation Portal, including hundreds that are included in the PlayStation Plus Extra and PlayStation Plus Premium catalogs. If you've either bought the game or have redeemed it through PlayStation Plus, you'll be able to stream it instantly via the PlayStation Portal. To accommodate the update, PlayStation Portal has also had its user interface redesigned. The home screen now consists of 3 tabs: Remote Play, Cloud Streaming, and Search. This gives the new cloud streaming feature a dedicated part of your home screen. You can also look forward to new PlayStation Portal features in the update, including 3D audio support, passcode lock, and network stat screen. Thanks, Max, for the typos in that, because I had to dodge.
Yeah, a 3D ADAU and a passcode lock.
What was that?
I said we have a bigger problem if you can't work past that. Those typos, but whatever.
Portal. We obviously don't get to enjoy it at all out here because we're not allowed to have premium because PlayStation thinks we're unworthy.
Hey, remember, I said I'll bring it up wherever. I will bring it up whenever I can. There was that story that came out of, was it Adelaide, about that data center
years ago.
Years ago. But yeah, what intrigues me the most about this?
No one wanted to...
Pretty much.
What?
Like, our internet's gotten staggeringly better, but I think the actual infrastructure of like the servers, etc., is probably where the kicker is. But 2,800 games is a fuckload of games. That would be awesome.
Yeah. It'd be real nice.
Yeah, because you'd have access to like all of PS3, most of PS4, and a fair chunk of PS5.
Well, because that's what I'm interested in. Like, there's some couple of things I wouldn't mind going back and playing on the PS3, but excuse me, but I fucking don't want to, because the fucking old XMB runs like shit.
And the games look like asshole now. Like, I wouldn't want to go back.
Fuck that. Give me Infamous however I can play it.
That's kind of what I want to do. I kind of want to replay Infamous, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's not you can play Second Son. You can't play the 1 or 2. They're locked on PS3, aren't they?
Yep.
Lame.
Same with, what was it? The Vampire spin-off.
GTA 4? GTA 4? Yeah, GTA 4 is. 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 GTA 4 Which one?
Well, yeah,
Sorry?
there's that too. Yeah.
The spin-off of which? Sorry.
The vampire spin-off of Infamous.
Oh, Blood
What do they
Dragon.
call it?
Blood Dragon.
No, that's Far Cry.
That's Far Cry. Something to do with blood. Festival of Blood.
Festival of Blood.
Ha!
Yeah, give me all of them.
I don't have
Give me
to
all of them.
search that. Nerds. It came out of my brain after incorrectly picking it for a second. But now, Pat,
yeah,
as another
give me all of
Portal user. Now, granted, we don't have the infrastructure here. It would be pretty sweet to have. Would it change how you play your Portal?
No, not really.
No, me either.
To be honest, not really. Because it's still like you still have to get connected to a Wi-Fi point anyway. And like I've got all the games I want already booted up on my PlayStation. So, like I've done trips around the state and in different states of the country where I've just remote played from my console home and had zero dramas. And that's playing obviously some turn-based stuff, which is very friendly to the format because if there is a little bit of latency, you're just not going to deal with any consequences whatsoever. But like I played Horizon, I tried Doom, the Dark Ages when I was playing it pre-release, no issues. I mean, I suppose I wasn't traveling for Doom, but like I tried it away from the home. I booted it, like I went down into a dodgy part of town where the best I can get is 4G, not 5G. Tried it out, fine. Like it's just I'm not like I get the perks to it, especially if you're like, oh shit, I wasn't planning to play this. I didn't have it on my PlayStation. I'll just boot it up now. Fine, but like, how often are we going to be that desperate?
Well, I think that's what for me. What intrigues me more about this update is just the streaming side of it in general, right? Because we've never had it. I find that way more intriguing. Like, excuse me, I find the Portal incredibly handy. Like, over the last week, I suppose where I've been playing a bit of Powerwash. That we've been watching this series on ABC, like Portrait of the Year or something, where they just get a bunch of artists to paint, these ABC celebrities in 4 hours. Great show to watch. But like, I only care about the end. I only care about the end when they reveal the portrait. Phoebe loves the whole thing. So I'm playing Powerwash, just listening to them talking about how they're painting it. I go, oh, cool, look up. Oh, that's nice. Go back to the Portal. So, and I'm also sitting 2 meters away from the adapter, the router. So less of a concern for me. But yeah, I think the novelty is more on the other side of things. But all these little incremental updates to the Portal are really cool. And I wonder whether there is a larger plan at play. Because in that same thought, when it originally released, it was really stripped back. Like even something as simple as not having any internal web browser to prevent you from logging in at a hotel, as an example. Because many hotels have that thing where you need to go in and click the box and put in your room number and all that sort of bullshit. But you couldn't do that in the past with the Portal, which, I think it was in the last year or so you could, which is really, really handy. And they seem to be adding to it more and more. Now, for a very particular use
it's sold
cases,
really well. Like it's a viable, relevant thing for them. Unlike, as I referenced before, the Wonder Book. It's just like,
especially when it's
shit like a hat.
When it's literally a controller snapped in half attached to an Xperia tablet. Like, that's sick. Like, I remember, I think back in the day when they announced them, is this just them getting rid of old fucking tablet stock? And the answer was yes. But now they're able to kind of really fuck with it a bit more. And it really opens up some potential. Like, if you are in the right area with the right internet, with the right setup, one of the things I've heard this week is the idea that you could probably buy a Portal and not even need a PS5 just by playing off all the streaming stuff. That's kind of a cool idea if you live in a particular area with particular internet, etc., etc. But there are some games that most definitely would not be coming to the Portal or even your PlayStation anytime soon.
Yeah, we all saw this coming, right?
I didn't. I was
Rockstar.
I was deadly confident that it was going to hit the day. And you know why, Max? Because I already got fucking boned in my Metacritic draft this year from this fucking game. And then it delays again.
Why aren't you surprised then?
Because I didn't want to be. I want to play it.
Rockstar Games has made the decision to delay GTA 6 for a second time, pushing the PS5 Xbox Series XS game back to the 19th of November 2026. This is a further 6-month delay, with the game originally slated for May 2026. In a social media statement, the studio said, quote, "We are sorry for adding additional time to what we realize has been a very long wait, but these extra months will allow us to finish the game with the level of polish you have come to expect and deserve. We want to thank you again for your patience and support while we wait a little longer. We are incredibly excited for players to experience the sprawling state of Leonida and a return to modern-day Vice City. If the game does manage to make this new November 2026 release date, then it'll have been just shy of 3 years since the PS5's title official reveal, back in December of 2023. Of course, however, GTA 6 has been anticipated for so much longer." Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick added, quote, "Rockstar Games will now release Grand Theft Auto 6 on November 19th, and we remain both excited and confident that they will deliver an unrivaled blockbuster entertainment experience," end quote.
Yeah.
I believe Insomniac doubled down after this announcement. They're like, hey, Wolverine
Pre-orders are now open. You can now pre-order it.
Yeah. Let's go.
Man, all those games that cleared the fuck out of February, or that early part of that year, was it May? Sorry, not February. February was like 2 years ago. And everyone that cleared out of May, fucking shit up. God, whatever fucking Call of Duty's coming out next year, that's about to get punched in the dickhole.
I guarantee you, Call of Duty will never change its date. It comes out on the pretty much the same date every year, and no one gives a shit. Because what's going to happen is if
they blinked back in 2018 when it came to Red Dead. They went a few weeks earlier that year.
Yeah, but GTA will once again launch with no online for a month. So everyone's like, "Nah, fuck it, we'll play COD for a month. We're good." Well, I don't think it'll make too much of a difference.
I think people play GTA any way they can play GTA.
Oh, there'll be people play. There'll be no doubt people will still play it. But I have that pool of GTA Online. I will not stop the behemoth that is fucking Call of Duty if they want to drop it then, because they normally drop it anywhere between the 8th and the 14th, so they'll still have like a week or two lead.
Yeah, for what it's worth, in 2018 when Red Dead came out, Call of Duty came out October 12th.
Yeah, as I say, it's been October like once, twice maybe. Because predominantly it's always around the middle of November. A couple of years I remember once it came off around the 7th, which is around my birthday. Because I weirdly connect shit around this time, because even like what has me excited is it's going to be a nice sort of full circle moment in that I remember getting San Andreas for my birthday however many years ago. And it came out a couple weeks before. I'm gonna be really rude. I just had a look at the time. I'm gonna need to duck off because I gotta get my shit together for work, and I gotta leave in about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna beautifully piece out. There's still a couple of news bits in it and stuff. So I'm gonna love you and leave you here. That's all right.
And let you guys wrap it up.
Oh, good. Thank you, Max. Let me.
No worries, guys. I didn't anticipate us to go. I didn't anticipate the hour and a half before we hit the news doc.
Yeah, me either. Turns out we played a lot of games this week.
Yeah, all good. So yeah, I'll love you and leave you all. Goodbye till next week, and I'll catch up with you then.
Bye. All right, I'm gonna very quickly. Oh, that worked. Now if
layout swap.
Boom. No one will know the difference except for that second where it didn't line up.
Nice transition.
No worries. But as I was saying, so like for me, I think there'd be a nice bit of like weird serendipity, a nice full circle moment in being able to, like, hey, it was like, around my birthday, X amount of years ago, San Andreas. I remember being really excited about it, and I get to have that feeling again next year. Would I much rather be playing it early next year? Hells yeah. But, sorry, with the amount of pressure on this game, they need to fucking nail it. So this additional time is, at least what my belief is, polishing, is bug fixing, is removing all any potential launch day concerns, because they want this thing to run like crazy. Because I remember when GTA 5 came out, even the online, which was a month later, that shit was busted, and you couldn't play. Yeah. I remember I couldn't play for any more than 20 minutes without it just completely locking my console.
I just don't think this game can, like, regardless of how good it actually ends up being, I don't think it's possible for this game to meet expectations at this point.
I'd
I
agree.
think people just want someone to burst out of the console they're playing on and suck their dick for them, and that's what they want GTA to do. But like, it's just not going to happen.
Well, and like,
you're going to go without a blowjob, people.
Yeah, look, and for many players, I imagine it's not the first time.
No, most of them have never received one in their life, so then nothing's going to change.
That sucks,
but yeah, no, it's really disappointing.
But also, like, I think even with the lack of the houses involvement as well, like, I think it will be a very different feeling GTA as well.
Sam's still there.
Sam's still there?
Sam's still there.
But with Dan Houser being like the key writer for many of them. Like, I understand.
How many years ago do you reckon he'd finished doing all these writing?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty confident he set the brief for this and then kind of fucked off a little bit later. So, like, he's not seeing it all the way through, but, like, the main beats are still his. So I do think it may feel like a little bit of a different GTA. And even then, with every GTA previous up to this point has really encapsulated a different decade and in turn has felt very different. Like, Vice City tonally feels different from the 80s, feels different to the 90s, feels different to the, to the 2000s. But the 2010s, which GTA 5 really captures, compared to the 2020s, which GTA 6 will likely capture, we as a society haven't really progressed all that far culturally to really feel different. So I think that's where a lot of those expectations will be damaged or impacted, I should say. Where, like, going from Vice City to San Andreas, you're like, man, this feels like a completely different game. Going from, like, the coke-filled Miami of Vice City to, like, the streets of California with Los Santos. You're not getting that here, I don't feel.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, look, I'm not a big GTA head anyway, so it is what it is. My hope, actually, out of all this is that, like, all of these developers, no, not really. Like, I
love
I will
GTA,
play it,
man,
and I don't mind it. But I'm not losing my shit over the whole thing. So, in fact, the thing I'm most excited for, hopefully, is that anyone who's planning their release of their game in November, they get pushed to 2027. And anyone who had already avoided the May window this year continues to avoid the May window. So we get 2 empty blocks to catch up on games.
Man, I'd love just some fucking dead window,
Because, like, March is already fucked thanks to all these games. Like, we don't want to get in the orbit of GTA 6. Maybe they'll spread themselves out now across March, April, May. Like a 007 First Light or a Saros or Monster Hunter or Crimson Desert, all those sorts of games that are piling into March. Maybe they can spread themselves out a little bit more because they're also just right off the back of things like Resident Evil as well in February. Like, that February March window is wild, and I'm sure it's not even done. Like, we've still got things like the Game Awards to reveal a whole bunch of shit too.
Oh, of course. Now, Mute in the chat does mention, so a GTA 4 still possible? A GTA 4 port's possible? Now, a GTA 4 port is always possible, but I think the original plans for it were to happen, but with the Grove Street Games fuck up of the 3 Vice City and San Andreas, I don't think we'll see it in the immediate future. I would hope to. I'd love to. I'd love to play GTA 4
it'd be a tricky
again,
one.
seeing as it's still currently trapped, as we said, on PS3.
PS3.
But it's not the only game that's being delayed. Now, Pat, did you want to take this one?
I will. Skydance Games has now confirmed that Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra will not release in the early 2026 window as anticipated. The worry here is that the team didn't provide an alternative launch window. In a statement, it said, Marvel 1943 Rise of the Hydra is an ambitious project, and we're committed to ensuring it meets the level of quality that our team, players, and fans expect. To fully realize our vision for Marvel 1943 Rise of the Hydra, we've made the difficult decision to shift our release date beyond early 2026. For those who don't know, this project is being headed by Uncharted veteran Amy Hennig, so there's an immediate pedigree here. On paper, it all sounds fantastic, but this project is taking a long time to come together. It was originally announced all the way back in 2019, and we haven't seen an enormous amount since. PlayOn did pick up the publishing rights in 2024, so it's hopeful this project will reach the finish line, but with no alternative release window revealed, who knows how much longer we'll need to play this. I'm not at all concerned that this game's going to not come out. Like, oh, yeah, okay, right.
Oh, sorry, I was muted for a second there. I forgot this game existed.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, they've been keeping things pretty minimal. I think that, like, there's possibly still a big, like, early 2026 probably becomes, oh fuck, we need to avoid GTA 2026 now.
Yeah.
But like it'll be like your August. It'll be, Marvel games are going to be across all of this, so it's going to be a case of them now going, okay, so Insomniac is going to drop here with Wolverine, so we need to, and this is not a PlayStation thing, but this is a Marvel thing, them going, well, we need to make sure that we maintain space so that we can hopefully have both games succeed.
Well, I think
this game
it was
could be like a July, August, with then September, probably at the latest early October for Wolverine, to again make sure that you're creating room around GTA.
Because I do believe there was an interview semi-recently with the head of Marvel Games, and he was talking a lot about like Insomniac and whatever. So like there is clearly a larger initiative and thought.
Oh, absolutely.
Within the Marvel, like because Marvel, like the
MCU, Fighting Souls as well. There's a fighting game.
Of course,
they got to drop. There's 3 of them next year at least.
So very similar to the MCU, like they are paying attention to like everything that's going on. It's all planned. It's all part of this big thing. Not in like an integrated sense, but at least in like a roadmap. So yeah, and I said they're just getting rid of the early 2026. Like it's, I think, very similar to was the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, which was like we don't know when we can do this, so we're just going to delay it indefinitely, or like we know with no real plan. And I think this might be the same. Like, hey, we don't really have a plan. But as you said, it does need to happen. Amy Hennig has not released a game in fuck knows how long. She needs something.
I mean, it doesn't need to happen. Like they could axe it. They won't. This game is like if they were axing it, this game would have been cancelled 18 months ago.
Absolutely, and they've already axed.
This game is good to go, and it's absolutely coming out. It's just I'd imagine the story is probably not that dissimilar to GTA. It's just we need to polish it, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to make sure it's right to go. And then they've not put a definitive thing on it, because I absolutely reckon there was these pieces of news between GTA and Rise of Hydra were literally hours apart. I reckon they had a carefully curated one, which was probably going to say we're going to be out late 2026.
And then went, fuck.
And they've just gone, oh, hang on, let's not commit to anything now, because it's a more complicated scenario when you go, okay, we've got to fit this around Wolverine.
Do you think that we will...
They've already put their stake in the ground. They've already said it has to be there for our spring. Like this time next year is when we're playing Wolverine. Or actually, no, sorry. This time next year we'll be done with Wolverine, I would imagine.
I hope so.
Yeah, this time next year it's GTA time. But
so thinking,
yeah, they're gonna have to make that space. So just don't commit.
When the release date of GTA was super uncertain, a lot of places began like really ambiguous release windows. I think we're about to hit that again. Because
everyone knows when it's coming now, so it's not ambiguous. But yeah,
no, but you know what? But I mean, other companies, right? They'll be like, oh, 2026 ish. I mean, like GTA, the date's locked in, but I mean, everyone that may have had as a very similar, like, oh, we're in this window. Oh, now we're not. We're not going to tell you when, because like, I do think, although GTA 6, the delay surprised me, I didn't expect it to be delayed. Mostly out of want, I assume. So, yeah. So my presumption is that people might be like, "Ah, shit! What if it gets delayed again?" I don't think it would, but there is certainly a potential to do so, which then has a higher chance of causing troubles for games like this. That may not be those big hitters, but they're like, well, where do we sit now?
Well, we joked about the Call of Duty thing before, but the GTA thing causes a problem for Call of Duty. Call of Duty goes early. Now all of a sudden October's compromised because you still don't want to release new Call of Duty. So like you've got this is exactly.
And no one really releases in December when they probably should.
I encourage people to go back and take a look at what happened in 2018 when Red Dead and and COD launched like 3 weeks apart, something
Yes,
like
mate.
that. Red Dead was like late October. Call of Duty got out before it, but it was like the 12th or something. It was only about 3 weeks. It was a chaotic window, and there's not like
Because
the other
Red
big
Dead came
hitter
out
for
when
that
we were at PAX.
whole holiday period was Spider-Man. Like that was it, and that was the beginning of September.
Yeah.
So you had like there was a huge empty block, and I adored it. Oh, you had like Detroit. Detroit came out in that window as well, but it was quiet, and I loved it. And I can't wait for it to happen again.
It would be pretty fantastic. But that's look. We know. Listen, we lost Max earlier because of the time. So let's play it smart and let's rip through.
R.I.P. in peace.
Let's rip through the last of this. QUICKBITS. Sony has sued EB seller for $2 million dues over
eBay seller.
And what I say? EB.
EB.
Oh no, eBay.
EB doesn't have $2 million.
No, no, they don't. But it wouldn't surprise me for them to sell fake PS5 gear. On top of that, open source PS2 emulator PCSX2 is now compatible with more than 99.5% of titles.
I'll jump in on this one. I'm getting a ROG Ally delivered to me this week.
Get fucked.
Not the Xbox ROG Ally. So like Matt Houston, like lead editor.
Big
at
shout
Player
out to
2,
Hugo,
he
of course.
has
What a dude.
Love him. He's a legend. He's got the ROG Ally X now, like the top of the line one. But he's just sending his old ROG Ally down, like his one from last year, down to me. I'm going to pay him eventually, but he's going to send that down to me, which unlocks enormous potential when it comes to like actually playing some games on PC. Just the way any sensible human would with analog sticks. But it means that like I can just load up a couple emulators and have a bit of fun with it. It's going to be good. I'm real excited.
If they weren't so goddamn expensive, I would love to fuck with one of them. Like any of these.
Apparently,
PCs,
they sell them like
even
resale. Even resale of that Ally, which is 12 months old, is like $900 on Marketplace and those sort of things. So I appreciate the Matt's doing it for me for $650.
Hey, what a sweetheart!
But,
did he get it for free anyway?
No, he bought his own.
Oh, okay. Well,
that would have been a real dick move. I'm going to turn a profit on this fucker.
What a prick! Gets 2 free ROG Allies. What a butt. Square Enix wants 70% of its Q&A and debugging work to be done by Gen AI. With hopes to reach this by the end of 2027. Well, Square Enix are fucked.
There's a lot of layoffs that I've been seeing. I've spotted a few tweets today of people at Square Enix, mostly in the US, that are all losing their jobs.
Gross. Which is disgusting because QA and like debugging is without apart from active development, the most important part. Because, like this next story, Sony is allowing Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection refunds as the game runs so poorly on the PlayStation consoles. Like, and that's what happens when you don't fucking debug your shit. Or I'm not saying they did do that, but like this is what's at stake.
That's why QA is important.
Fuck up QA.
Yep. I'm a bit surprised by it though. Who was doing it again? I'm pretty sure it was like a good team that was doing.
Oh, I don't
like
remember,
a pretty
actually.
Reputable team.
Let's have a look.
What's it called again? Mortal Kombat? No, it's not Classic Collection. Legacy Collection.
Complete. On the Legacy.
It should be called the Classic Collection with a K. Digital Eclipse. Yeah, they're meant to be.
Yeah, they're alright, guys. They've done some shit.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Well, for shame, they're shit.
That's a bumhole for them. And finally, in the QUICKBITS, according to a study, didn't specify which one, Max, remakes have eclipsed remasters for PS5 gamers and generate double the cash, but also a fuckload more effort. Speaking of, Max, he's gone bonkers in the chat. So let's see. What the fucking shit, Max?
Just go to work, Max.
He goes,
been dethroned. You don't belong on this show anymore.
They're getting rid of Westerners. They're going back to real JRPGs. Yeah. Well, because the issue with the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is it's back to, I forget which other collection did it as well. Oh, no, it was on this bad boy. Fucking, let me reach it. This thing. the old PS Mini, right? And
Oh yes.
the problem that this had was its mix between, PAL and NTSC versions of the game. Yeah, there it is. Versions on it, right?
It's in the palm of your hand.
If only it played well. Actually, mine's not even in the box. Mine's right and sitting on top of it. There you go. And I think this seems to be a similar problem, right? Because a lot of these games were reliant on the incredibly low input latency that you would see back in the day. And in these ports, they've almost kind of not allowed for that, it seems. And I think that's where a lot of that issue is coming into play. But it makes sense that remakes make more money than remasters, because remasters are the same game with a different skin. With the allure of a remake, it goes, oh, they've kind of scrapped the whole thing. They've done it. They've jiggered it. Cool. That's awesome. It's not to be the case.
I don't know. We're in this dynamic at the moment where, with the cost of development, all those sort of things, we're just going to continue to see a lot of back catalog games come back, and I'm fine with that. Square Enix. Well, we're just on the subject of them. Can we finally HD 2D Chrono Trigger, please, for fuck's sake?
Well, that would be nice. But
Secret Evermore, bring it back.
Look, that would be nice, but it wouldn't be coming out anytime soon, because these are the games that are coming out this week. Now, this is normally listed with fucking spelling mistakes, so have fun, Padge.
That's all right. Let me do it. I'm also just going to shout out. I was going to, when the show wasn't running as long as it has, I was going to toss in another quick biddy there. But Terminator 2D No Fate has been delayed once again to December 12th.
Oh no!
Because of all the physical copies for the people who bought collector's editions.
Bastards. Oh, speaking of, apparently there was a study this week that like the physical copies.
It's 100 times.
Physical copies are 100 times more damaging to the environment than digital, which makes complete sense. And that's what you need to know.
All right. The drop this week on the 11th of November, we've got Audio Trip for PS5, Goodbye Universe for PS5, Lumina's Arise for PS5, Possessors for PS5, Rensport PS5, Rue Valley PS5.
Now, is that meant to be Rue Valley, or is that like Rune Valley? Like I want to check.
I don't know.
Because Rue Valley, is it a thing?
It looks like it's a game.
Oh.
That didn't work. There we go.
It is.
Oh. It is.
Oh, it looks kind of cool. Has a little bit of a... it is absolutely a fucking inspired by Disco Elysium. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but then also vibes of kind of Broken Roadsy.
Oh, yeah, big CRPG energy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's a game I wish ran better.
I'm sure it's fixed now, right?
I'd hope so.
Hopefully. Did they ever put out a PlayStation version of it?
Oh, I don't know. I think they did. I believe they did.
Windswept also comes to PS5 and PS4 on the 11th of November.
Yes, they did.
On the 13th, you've got Arc Seed for PS5, Atelier Ryza Secret Trilogy Deluxe Pack PS5 and PS4, Gigasword PS5 and PS4. Let me tell you about my Gigasword.
Hey.
Heimer 2000.
Hyman.
PS5 and PS4. Hyman
2000.
Appropriate after the Gigasword. And Inazuma 11, Victory Road, PS5 and PS4. On the 14th of November, you've got Videoverse and some little known franchise called Call of Duty. Blops 7 comes out on PS5. And on the 15th, and I'm so glad Max wasn't here to be able to talk about this because he'll just start foaming at the dick. Where Winds Meet comes out PS5.
Yeah, it does. I remember Max was quite a... It
would have been very graphic for a live stream.
It's also on his Metacritic list.
It's like free to play. My understanding is it's free to play.
Ooh, actually,
free to play Souls-like or something.
That sounds like a Max thing. He likes free. He likes games that are Soulsy.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the catch. But I'm not going to play it because fuck Souls-likes.
That is accurate.
But yeah, that's it. They're the games of this week, and I'm thrilled that I look at this list and go, Possess is the only one for me. Oh, and Lumina's Arise. Lumina's Arise looks pretty good.
I look at this list and I go, I'm not going to play any of these. I'm going to play Powerwash Simulator.
Play Possessors. It's going to be cool.
I kind of want to... maybe want to play old GTAs, maybe. They should be better now, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you know what we should do? We say this every week now. We should probably just play Yakuza.
We should. Let's wait until May 2026 when there's no games coming out.
Oh, we'll take advantage of that sweet month.
Which won't happen. Which won't happen.
No, it won't. But one thing that will happen is the end of this show. Big thank you to everyone for joining us.
A long time coming.
Yeah, it's been a while. So thank you so much for everyone for joining us with that little bit of an old new metal reference for you. It's been an absolute pleasure sitting here talking in your ear holes. As I say, time is the most precious thing we have in this world, and for whatever reason you chose to spend 2 hours listening to us fuckers. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But had Max not had to go to work like a fucking reasonable, responsible person, he would do this part. When he goes, this has been For the Players. It comes to your feeds. Let's try that again. Blah, blah, blah. Yes,
PlayStation Conversation.
There you go. That's one. This PlayStation Conversation happens every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. on your podcast services, 9 a.m. on those YouTubes, and something about our socials, links in the description below. If you want to join the conversation as it happens, you can over at twitch.tv/SpopCultures. When watchers record this show live, we can jump in the chat and become part of the show. If you want to support the show, you can. You can tell your friends, you can tell your family about this PlayStation Pod. If you are listening to us on podcast services, be sure to give us a 5-star rating and a written review. Watch us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. I endeavor to answer every single comment. And you can support us financially at patreon.com/popculturist, which may or may not be frozen, depending on these tax things. Maybe we may have to finally set up a Ko-fi just so that I can dodge having to think about taxes for this thing. But and of course, if you want to hear more from Padge, be sure to go check out player2.net.au. We should absolutely put that in the spiel now because it's we're very lucky to have you. We're very lucky to have you as part of this, and also and then support from Player 2 as well, just to sort of you're an independent contractor, but that is where you spend most of your time. So it's nice to be able to have you.
And I will shout out again, episode 400 of Patched goes live about an hour before this one went to air on podcast feeds as well. So please go check that one out. It's a 2-hour marathon, not dissimilar to this. So my wife's going to hate me. It's 2 nights in a row where I've been gone for well in excess of 2 hours, past 10 o'clock in here recording. All about our top 10 Super Nintendo games, because that was the console all three of us. So I got Damo back for it as well.
Who'd you get back? Sorry,
all three of us. I got Damo back for the milestone
Yay!
episode. He rolled in from America about less than 24 hours before, and we threw him straight on the show.
All right, so let me think. Super Nintendo games. What would be on there? Mario Kart, Super Mario World.
And these were each our top 10s, by the way. I was going to go with the idea, the Moriarty-inspired idea of getting them ranked 10 to 1, and then combining everything.
Then votes
go all
and
math
stuff.
teacher and combine them all, and then get a proper thing. But we didn't do it in the end.
Donkey Kong Country would be on that list for sure.
Number 2,
ooh.
as in Donkey Kong Country 2.
I would have put Mystic Quest Legend on there because it was like,
so good, but no.
Yeah. What else did I have on fucking Super Nintendo? Oh, the Home Alone game. Wouldn't make anyone's list, but it was a game.
Funnily enough, definitely did not make the list.
I'm sure there were other ones on there, but don't sit here and just listen to me speculate what games are on that list. Go check out the episode. It is on the feeds now. It's on your YouTubes as well as the podcast feeds. However, but until next week, I'm Ryan Betson. I'm Max Cooper.
And I'm Paul James.
We'll see ya next week. Max, your voice is so high pitched.
For the players.